In our video today, we're not even going to start off with no music because we are going to listen to another dating relationship, whatever you want to call it, coach by the name of Derek Jackson. This guy, I wanted to do my own research on, the same as the previous video with Steve Harvey. I wanted to listen to some of the things that he tells specifically women about men, relationships, life, how to maintain relationships, how to get relationships, giving them a bunch of advice on what to do, what not to do with men, when dealing with men. And I understand why life is so, why relationships are so messed up now. It's advice like this that really, when you get advice, please vet the person you're getting advice from. If the person giving you advice is only giving you a one-sided view, I don't care if it's a man or female, I don't care if you're looking for red pill, blue pill, if they only giving you one side of view, step back and try to go get your own point of view or talk, maybe even listen to somebody else. But this stuff here, I listened to it earlier. I haven't listened to it again since then, but we're going to go ahead and give us basically a live breakdown of what's going on. So I'm going to listen to it in real time as you all are listening to it in real time. And we are going to go now.
Yesterday on my Facebook live chat, because of the top two comments, the top two questions that I got. One of them was from a guy, and he said, "LD, I told my girl that I wanted some new texture from time to time." By new texture, he meant new pussy. You wanted to fuck other women, right? He said, "She looked upset. Was I being too honest?" Now, I'm not even going to get into my rant. I said that on a thing, and that's not...
He's not going to get into his rant because there should never, ever be a standard on being too honest in a relationship. I'm not going to get into my rant yet, but there should never, ever be a standard on being too honest in a relationship. I don't care how much your feelings get hurt. I don't care how ignorant he said it. If that's how he really feels, allow them to say it. Who is it hurting in the long run? Stop looking at the short term gratification. It don't matter that he hurt your little feelings, because if you really felt like that you wanted to go get some action from somewhere else, I'm glad you told me. Go get it. I'm gonna cry. I'm gonna be a little mad, but I'm actually glad that you told me instead of sneaking behind my back and getting the tail anyway. So why are you mad? Let's continue.
The point that I'm making. The second comment was from a woman, and she said, "How should a woman react to her man telling her that she's expired?" And from what I take, expired means that he doesn't want her anymore. She's essentially no good for him or anybody else, which is like one of the meanest things you can fucking say to anybody. My takeaway from both of those comments was, why in the fuck would any man feel comfortable coming out his mouth saying something like that? And two, both of these situations had women that had half-ass reactions. As far as the guy who told his woman that he wanted some new pussy from time to time, she looked upset. That was all. She just looked upset. And the second one, she
probably was an adult and realized that if my man bold enough to tell me that he wants some more, then he needs to go and get some more and leave me the hell alone. Why would I sit here and be all traumatized about it for? We got to grow up. If you want to be an adult and you want to play in this adult game, and you want to be in a relationship with people like that, and somebody actually felt the need to come at you honestly and tell you, "Hey, I think I want to go get some motel," then go get some motel. Let's not do the domestic violence. We don't got to do no fighting. We don't got to do no arguing. Let's be adults and understand that this man really told me that, so I'm going to let him go do what he do. There's ain't no coming back. But don't even say that. Just, okay. It can really be simple. We can get past a lot of these domestic violence incidences if when people tell us this stuff, we soak it in and we let it marinate in our spirit, and we say it's not worth the fight. Do you? But let's continue listening to what Derek Jackson is telling females to do when a man is being honest.
Asking me, how should a woman react? Like she's not sure. That tells me that this wasn't the first time that either of these guys said something like this on this level of disrespect. And it also tells me that this likely started with a temperature check. Both of those dudes had at some point in time checked that woman's temperature to know that he could come with some old bullshit on down the road. That's how it always starts. And a lot of women aren't aware, or maybe they are aware, but they just, they don't want to get that whole you stuck up, or damn, I can't even joke with you. So they let some shit slide in the beginning. Let me give you an example. Like in the beginning where the guy wants to fuck only. Most of them ain't gonna come right out and say, hey, yo, I just want to fuck.
Stop. Contradictory number one. This guy has over almost 800,000 subscribers. Majority of them are women. First, his caption is, if he tries to check your temperature, burn him. The first thing he said was, somebody asked him, can you be too honest? Then he comes over to this side and he switches to a whole nother narrative, and he said if a guy just wants to fuck, he's not gonna tell you at first. Which one is it? Is these guys being overly ignorant honest, or now they lying? You can't. Let's let them continue.
Some of them are going to start with some sexual references, maybe compliment your butt, or, something like that, or stare at your boobs too long, like noticeably too long, and then whenever you don't react a certain way, he knows that you cool with it, it's all good. Or maybe he hugs you, and he doesn't really pull away for real. He just kind of slides his hand and slides it on down your thigh, some shit like that, touch your knee or something, something like that. The entire time, this is not an accident, this is not just the way he is.
He's immediately jumped now to sexual assault. First it went from, when you're giving advice on relationships, when you're giving advice on life, when you're answering questions, please ask more questions. You cannot ask me. If a man asks me right now, hey, I told my girl, I want to do some exploring. I want to try new things. Is that too honest? No, it's not. Absolutely nothing wrong with that. To be honest, even more honest, you should just leave anyway. But maybe you got it in your mind, which I would have to ask them questions. Maybe you got it in your mind that maybe you got a girl who's down with the swinger lifestyle, and you probably want her to join in, which may be why you being honest. I'm not saying it's right to do this. What I'm saying is it's right to be honest. Don't fault people for being honest, because now what you're making it a trend to do is to lie. You're putting it in my head that if I tell you the truth, I'm going to get beat up or slapped. So next time when I get these urges, I'm just going to lie and I'm going to do them anyway. And who does that help? How does that help us? If I could have just came to you and told you and saved us a bunch of time and just let's break it off, because now you know the honest to God truth. Let's let Derek Jackson keep telling men to lie. Let's let him keep telling us. That's what he told me. He told me not to tell you that I want to sleep around. He told me to just lie and go do it anyway. Let's keep going.
Checking your temperature. He's trying to see your tolerance. You know what I'm saying? And if you're down for that, that's one thing. But if you're not down for that, in these situations, you need to make sure that water is scalding hot. Or else he is going to try and dive in at some point. Full-fledged fuckboy on down the...
If he tries to check your temperature, make sure it's scalding hot. If he tries to test you, make sure... See, that's aggressive. He's telling you. That's aggression. Why would you be mad at somebody being honest about wanting to go be with other women? Why is that a problem? Why is people preaching that that's a problem because a man was being honest? And now, what he's done, if we're in a relationship and we're together, and I come to you and say, listen, I think I want to see other women. What I just did was give the women a choice. I said, listen, here's what I have. You can choose to take this, or you can say, I don't want it. I'm giving the choice to you, because most people in relationships today, they don't give these choices. They just go and do it. They make the decision for themselves, and they make you live with whatever they chose to do. But this man said, listen, I'm going to be honest and I'm going to tell you. You can either join me, whatever he wants to do. You can join me, you can accept that I'm going to do it on the side, or you can leave. And he's telling you don't do either. Give him aggression. Burn him if he does that. Burn him if he gives you a choice. Let's keep going.
At some point during the end of the night, he's going to try and dive in. He's going to put his hand aggressively between your legs. He's going to say something for real like, damn, let me come up and fuck. Why? Because he checked that temperature in the beginning. You know, or disrespect. Like, think of blatant disrespect in a relationship. It usually starts off as, you know what, man, these hoes out here, man, y'all bitches out here. It starts off with something like that, some indirect thing that makes you kind of like, what the fuck, why would he?
That's not all men. That's not this. There are some guys that will do that. There are. I'm not saying it never happens, but what I am saying is don't just automatically go into things without. He's going into things that he's not going into things with good faith. He's telling females not to go in with good faith, because the moment he tries to accidentally hug you and say my bad, he's a rapist. That's what he's telling you. He's gonna commit sexual assault next time because he accidentally did it. So all men are like that. We all just, if he accidentally does that, he's just immediately off the market. That's what a guy with 800,000 subscribers is telling females. Let's keep going.
Say something like that. Why would he think that's cool to say or something like that? It makes you uncomfortable, but not so much so that you check him. He just kind of blurring the line, but because he ain't say it to you and because he ain't mad, you ain't think to check him. In both of these situations, you need to be checking that dude. You need to be the one a man looks at and says, oh yeah, I can't run no shit on her, bro. I already know she ain't gonna go for the bullshit because she already checked me on the small shit.
Again, stop being aggressive. Stop going into situations hot. Stop going into situations trying to burn the other person. And if you step back and think, I promise you it'll save you a domestic dispute. Because this situation, this same exact situation that he's giving you, if you follow his command, it will end up with the police getting called, either you going to jail or he going to jail. Because you going into it hot. You ready to burn up because he was being honest. And I tell y'all this because I had a situation like this. I'm going to say it one more time. I had a situation with a long-term friend. I had just went through a bad breakup. And this long-term friend said, you know what? We need to go ahead and get us a shot. I said, you know what? You single, I'm single now. That might work. But I'm not ready. I'm talking about 2 weeks of me getting out of this long-term relationship. She said, let's give us a try. I said, I can't. I can't do that to you out of respect for you. I never did this before. I never wanted to do that. I never even gave her. Old me would have went into that relationship still sleeping around with other females because I really wouldn't have cared. But because this was somebody I truly cared for, I told her honestly, I said, listen, this is not going to work. I can't do this now. It's too soon for one. I'm carrying too much baggage. I ain't even got my own life straight. I'm not even happy right now enough to go into a relationship. I need to see what it's like to be single. I need to live my own life. I need to get my own stuff together, and then let's talk. She took that as she went in hot. She tried to burn me. She took it as immediately disrespect. She said, you're burning me. I had loaned her some money. She was supposed to pay me back. She completely started ignoring me after this. She blew me off for months. The situation ended up literally getting into a domestic dispute, and I was charged because I tried everything in my power to decrease this situation. I was being honest from jump. I told her everything cool. I didn't press her about the money. I went over her house one day. I'm still thinking we friends. It's months later. I'm thinking everything may be cooled down. I went over her house, and she immediately turned the temperature back up, just like he told her. She turned the temperature back up. She said, I went over there, knocked on the door. I said, hey, what's up with that money? You know, can I get that money? Why is you popping up at my house? I had popped up at this female's house for years. This was my best friend at one point. I popped up for years. I knew her before either one of us even had our own house, and we talked about this. Like, hey, you gonna have a key to my shit, whether I got a man or not. You come in, you know this, whatever. We talked about this for years. I came over her house, just trying to good faith to talk. Say, hey, what we gonna do about this money? Because that's what happened. I was calling her. She blocked my number. I had 2 phones, like I do now. I started calling from my other phone, and she kept ignoring it. I came over the house because I was trying to tell her I'm on my way, to talk, or just tell me you don't got it. I get over there. What you coming over here for? I said, well, I had also left my army clothes. I left my clothes here. Can you give me the tote? She was like, she slammed the door in my face. She walked to go get the tote. She come back, she get the tote, push it out the door. She tries to slam it again. Wait, stop. What's up that money? I ain't got it. Slam the door again. Police ended up getting called. It ended up becoming a domestic dispute when all that could have been was just, let's talk and be cool, calm, and collected. I didn't even go over there to start nothing. I really just wanted to talk to the girl because I still, at that point, even as she's slamming this door in my face, I still got faith like, bruh, she just emotional. We still can work through this. It's now that I know for a fact it's a wrap, because she tried to burn me for being honest, for telling her. I said, I can't go into this knowing I'm going to hurt you. I can't live with that. When I care about you so much, I don't want to do that. And these dudes are telling women, I want to sleep around. And they sit here, and this guy's telling you that if he tell you that, he's testing you. When you have a choice to leave, he didn't hold a gun up to your head and said, hey, I want to sleep with other women. You still gonna stay with me, right? He said, I want to sleep with other women. And you as a grown woman in relationships can just say, I don't want it, and walk away. Let's let him finish talking.
I tried. It's kind of like whenever we was little, and in school, and we had that substitute teacher, that one substitute teacher, like when they came in, we knew it was vacation time. It was a party. You know what I'm saying? They rolled that damn TV on that thing, and it was gonna be we were just chilling today. You know what I'm saying? We about to write some letters, or if you're really young, you probably pulled out your phone or whatever. Like that substitute teacher, you knew you could try and talk all you wanted to, and then you had that one substitute teacher. As soon as they came in the room, it was worse than the real teacher. Everybody was shushing each other because they already know.
We're not gonna keep playing no more. He's not even making sense. He's conflating being honest with being ignorant and testing somebody. That's not even the same things. And this is a guy, again, I'll bring this up because this guy has 800,000 people subscribe to his channel saying, I want to hear his advice. 800,000 people are listening to that about burning a man for being honest. I don't care if this dude said, I don't want to take it to this extreme, but let's just say it's a 40-year-old and a 40-year-old, 2 40-year-olds, a man and a female. And the female already had a daughter outside of him, and the daughter is 20. And the dude said, listen, I want to sleep with your daughter. Should you burn him? I know a lot of women that would say, I'd kill him, I'd mess him up and do all this, and you just setting yourself back. I gotta learn how to step back and stop approaching every situation with aggression. When this man, again, even that man in that specific situation, I know y'all gonna look at, what would you do if it was your daughter and a man said, I want him to, or what if it was a female with your son and she said, I want your son too. She wasn't for me from jump. then that's further letting me know that I made, I need to get up out of this. Why would I be aggressive towards that when you gave me the choice? You put the choice in my hands. You didn't just take the choice away from me and start sleeping with them, and then I gotta walk in on y'all, because that's when the choice is out of my hands. When she decides, when the female I'm messing with decides to go behind my back and start sleeping with my son, and I come home early from work and see them in the bed, now the choice ain't in my hands. Now I have to react. But if you did it before any of that got started, and you say, listen, I think I want to do this. Listen, you're not the one for me or my son. You need to take your stuff and you need to exit stage left. Now you just saved me months of, messing with this relationship. You just maybe even saved me years. You maybe saved me a marriage and a kid. You saved me that by being honest. Now you want me to penalize you for telling me that? No, sir. That's just like a killer getting out of jail and saying, listen, judge, I'm going to kill again. So now, judge, you can decide what you're going to do with me. I'm going to kill again if you let me out. What's the judge going to do? Get mad and start punching him? No, thanks. Thanks for being honest. Lock him back up. Don't listen to people like this, women, because y'all got men and women. Y'all just got so much. Even if this was a female, man, we already know. Female come tell us she for the streets. She for the streets, so let her be to the streets then. You want to smack? You want to go fuck some? The written stinks. I appreciate you for telling me that. We're gonna come with some more videos because this guy it don't stop there. And this is 800,000 people listening to this. 800,000. He's sending this message to. They subscribe. They not just watching it. They subscribe saying, I want this man to give me advice. And that's what he's telling y'all, to burn people for being honest. Come on, man. We gotta get better than this. Like, comment, subscribe. I tried to keep this one as short and sweet, but I can't be short with y'all because I need y'all to understand where I be coming from, and I need y'all to hear different points of view as a person who giving advice should. He should give y'all as much context and as much information as possible before you can draw your conclusion and before you can process all the information. Get it all. 6 minutes was not enough for that answer, for whatever he gave. 6 minutes was not enough to explain all the complexities of what was going on there. 6 minutes was not. That's my time for the day. Like, comment, subscribe. Tell me what you liked. Tell me what you didn't like. Argue facts, not emotion. I'm out.